Hello, this is Brian McDonald with Square Jaw Media with another edition of Beyond the Basics. Today I have Dan Connolly, VP of Sales at Blogtronix. Dan, welcome to the show.
Oh, thanks for having me, Brian.
So, first of all, I wanted to talk a little bit about Blogtronix and kind of internal communication collaboration. I was wondering, what are some of the trends you've seen there?
Well, what we're seeing is that really we're on the cusp of a monumental shift with respect to collaboration and communicating within companies. People traditionally, use email strings to communicate and share information, and we're really finding that that is not effective anymore. Folks are, very much interested in Facebook, Twitter, these types of applications. And what we're finding is bringing these types of tools and applications internal in a secure method within companies is really helping proliferate communication.
That's good. And then, also I wanted to kind of talk about, have you guys been able to really help companies drive any ROI figures for statistics for social business software?
Sure. That's a good question. Traditionally, for the past 2 years or so, we've had clients asking us about this, and just recently some industry statistics have been released. We're seeing figures like a 39% increase in employee connectedness, over a 30% increase in collaboration and productivity. And a real statistic that, sticks in everybody's mind is there's been a 27% decrease in email. So this is really a staggering number when you think about it. So essentially what's happening is people are, communicating internally in these different groups and areas. So if I need information quickly, I have the ability to find the people that have the knowledge within my corporation and get an answer more readily. Having an email silo and a string of emails, quite frankly, isn't effective anymore. And there is, like I said, this shift in communication.
I tell you what, anything that can eliminate my email, I'm all for. So, I've seen that personally using Twitter and other things where people that are communicating with you on a social network, you can facilitate that same communication that might have been in 5 or 6 emails through a couple messages directly, and kind of get that out of your inbox.
That's right. The reality of the situation is, you and I could be sharing an email string, but several other people, might or should be involved. Mm-hmm. And once that email string is completed or done, it kind of goes away. There's no searchability for that email or that information that you derived. Whereas if you have it in a group, a groups-based setting within a community, it's always searchable and indexable. 3 months from now, somebody that didn't partake in the conversation will need that information. Well, now they can find it within their community. I mean, it's very effective and a powerful tool for sure.
So, microblogging, which is funny, I used that term a couple years ago, and I remember somebody telling me it wasn't really a term, and I felt like saying, well, then what's Twitter? But basically, there's a lot of buzz about microblogging, and I was wondering, what are you guys hearing at Blogtronix?
Yeah, I mean, that's really, microblogging is truly our focus. Microblogging differs from a traditional blog with respect to, it's a smaller message and, smaller aggregation in size. So if I want to send a quick message out to multiple people, I can tag those people very quickly, very readily, and get a quick answer back. Again, email strings are long-winded, etc. We're able to glean that information in a microblog. You see it with Twitter. People are sending out brief messages with, a link to a video or, some tidbit of information. It's very effective internally at companies for sure. I can put a quick message out there and get several replies for the information that I need. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So we love microblogging at Blogtronix.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of microblogging.
That's the foundation.
And blogging, too.
Yeah. Absolutely.
How do you guys kind of help companies to start out in this? Because I know it's a major shift in company culture, to get people that, email now is 20 years old and people are used to using it. So how do you kind of shift them off email and get them to use your platform?
Sure. There's some very, basic 101 rules, if you will, starting with a user profile. If you're going to create a profile, put your picture up there, not a picture of Batman or somebody else, and fill out your information completely. Because anything that you put within your profile is searchable and indexable. So if I'm showing more of my knowledge and have a bigger breadth of what I do, people will reach out and contact me. So that's really mission one, is fill out your profile and fill it out completely. Number two would be to honestly create a set of rules. Creating groups that may or may not make sense. Generally these rely on the administrator on the back end. But, you want to create groups that are effective and make sense for you folks. And really have a general overall set of rules. Implementing, a communication platform like this needs to have some type of rules-based properties that you can follow. So define the groups, set up rules, and have good user profiles, and that's a great start to creating internal collaboration and communication.
I know you and I talked a little bit about there's some interesting stuff going on in Blogtronix. So what are some of the things you guys are looking at in the not-too-distant future? Sure.
We present a platform. We have many tools that are involved in this platform. A document repository and wikis and all of the Web 2.0 tools that you would come to expect. The ability to poll your employees. A myriad of different tools that we have for people. We also have a freeware version called Sharetronix, which is really a microblogging platform. If you want to graduate into more secure, a more secure community, you can do that with our full-blown Sharetronix platform, which is offered in either a SaaS or a, behind the firewall version, depending upon corporate. And, we count among our employees companies like TELUS, a large communications company, redherring.com, we've all heard of that. Morgan Stanley, Smith Barney also uses us as well. So our goal is to really commoditize what we've done and put it out there to the smaller users, smaller companies that we can really affect change in, and that is our goal.
Dan, I want to thank you for sharing some of your knowledge about microblogging within the corporate structure and being a guest on Beyond the Basics today.
I appreciate it very much, Brian, and I encourage everybody to go to blogtronix.com and take a look, and if you have any questions, please feel free to email us.
All right. Thanks again, Dan.
Appreciate it.